Well, I guess we instigated the whole thing way back when. I think it was 1989 or 90. At the time, there were two motivating factors. We had the 10th most dangerous airport in the United States, and it was fogged in 30% of the time. And we were the largest trucking center in the United States without a 4-lane road in or out.
Mr. Sam and lots of other folks recognized we need some substantial infrastructure improvements. Sam recognized, and the rest of us did too, that coming together we could be heard more loudly, and we could align on short and long-term goals.
So they decided to put together the council, and Mr. Sam was the leading influence in putting all this group of very fine leadership business people in the community together, using private dollars to finance an organization that might work for the region.
Uvalde led the council. He was hired as the first leader of the council, and we just worked hand in hand. I mean, there was a lot of work going on in terms of the U.S. Congress. We got every member of the infrastructure committee in Congress to come down. We all met and had a barbecue at Don Tyson's lake house. But we timed it perfectly because we wanted them to focus on the issue of no interstates. And so we waited to release them from the picnic until rush hour. And it took them about an hour to get back to their hotels. So they really understood the problem. You know, it was scheming and trying to figure out how to get our points across to the key people that mattered and would have the vote.
The vision behind the council when it was formed in 1990 was to figure out how to promote Northwest Arkansas. One of the big needs at the time was a new airport, and so the Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport was one of the big initial pushes behind the work of the council. And it was all done in a spirit of trying to figure out the best way to make life better in Northwest Arkansas than people were accustomed to for the last couple of hundred years.
I can remember watching Air Force One, that beautiful blue and white plane, on final approach into XNA, and it was like it was floating. It was just like it was floating down. In my wildest dream as a kid growing up in Siloam Springs, I didn't envision being a part of that. It was spectacular.
Without XNA, Crystal Bridges wouldn't have worked. Everything follows everything else. You got to have the infrastructure to create the destination. The interstates and the airport led to a cohesive Northwest Arkansas for the first time in terms of its planning and its leadership.
One of the most important things the council does is tell the regional story. And what I found, even just in the 10 or so years that I was there, was this region got really good and we all got on message at telling the same story. We are proud of our region. We know we have so much to offer. We're underappreciated or undervalued by people that aren't here. And so we all have this narrative now of why we do regionalism, how regionalism works, and what the benefits are.
You look at when I-49 was completed, when XNA, that's really the formation of the region. So when you look at that and compare that to other areas that have been around a long time, the good is we don't have a lot of history here that people have to fight, whether that's bureaucracy. We have a kind of can-do attitude. The folks that help, quote unquote, found this region are still around. And that's just really unique and special, which makes it a really great place to do business and do work.
So for the last 35 years, the Northwest Arkansas Council has done amazing work. And I think the next 10 years, I'm so excited about, because we're going to see great opportunities presented to us, and I think we'll be in a position to take advantage.
I think it boils down to kind of looking at the old way of doing things, which was, kind of business growing, capital, business growing, and then it attracting talent, to kind of what has moved to what is the future of the next 25 years is really talent driving the enterprise instead of the other way around. We are seeing and have seen, I think, those regions that have been successful in cultivating and attracting talent win. I think that's why it's going to remain a key focus of the council.
I'm really big that we have a great thing going in Northwest Arkansas. As we continue to grow, we need to make sure we don't lose that. That's safety, that's amenities, that's continuing to be inclusive, welcoming all people in. That's just who we are.
We have to continue to focus on attracting really fantastic talent here. And we're pushing out really fantastic, smart, educated students. How do we keep them here? How do we make sure that they have the right jobs to grow their own families and their own career paths?
So when we think about people coming to Northwest Arkansas, let's begin with the students who come here and who have to stay here 4, 5, 6 years to complete their degrees. And over that time, let's make them a case for staying that they can't ignore.
The council really has a unique role in the region. I think that it is very important to have an intermediary to pull things together to make it work. And so that is a very unique role that I think in every fast-growing metro you will see that, and that council is fulfilling that role.
We often say that we want to make sure that the next Sam Walton or Don Tyson or J.B. Hunt, if they happen to be a student at the University of Arkansas, they happen to relocate here with their family, we want to make sure that they can build their company right here. They don't have to go to Austin. They don't have to go to Silicon Valley.
For Walmart, we often say our people make the difference, and that's true everywhere. We have 31 retail outlets here in the region. That's 10,000 associates. We have our home office here, of course. That's another 20, 25 on any given point in time. And so we understand and appreciate the need to have strong talent pipeline. Retain and grow, and all of those associates who work for us and work with us in Northwest Arkansas, I think we all need the same thing. We need a great community, strong infrastructure, long-term regional growth, and a collaborative approach to that.
The most immediate need right now is housing. I would say affordable housing. Then I'd say the second thing is specialty medical care.
Can you get access to care? Can you do it in a way that's affordable? Can we have best in class here in Northwest Arkansas?
Our goal is to lower the cost, raise the quality, and increase the access. By moving to whole health, you're going to reduce the costs.
I think the most exciting thing is we have a formula that has proven success over the last 35 years, and now we just have to reorient that and apply that to the challenges of the future.
One of the secret weapons of this area is the Northwest Arkansas regional approach, the council being a part of that. But cities and counties and public and private entities coming together to talk about the long-term problems or challenges and ways we're going to solve it and what resources we individually then together can bring to bear is really best in class. So it's fun for me to reflect on the original Northwest Arkansas founders and what Mr. Sam may have thought important at the time, and those things still are important. We're just growing at an accelerated pace, and what can we do to stay ahead of that growth so it's a great place for everybody?